welcome back. A very important day is going to be taking place on January 15th. It's DreamKEEPERS Martin Luther King Day celebrations. With us right now, the co-founder of DreamKEEPERS, Daniel Stringer, is with us. Hello, how are you, sir?
Hi, good. You?
Good. Great to have you here. And we also have, formerly with the Spectrum, now with the Black Agenda Noir, we have Ewart Walters with us. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Daniel, can you tell us a bit about DreamKEEPERS? What is DreamKEEPERS all about?
DreamKEEPERS is a community organization founded about 14 years ago for the purpose of celebrating Martin Luther King Day in Ottawa. And we really try and do that at City Hall every year, the place where the bylaws are made, where the laws are made. We think it's important to be there. And although it's been difficult for, sometimes as to whether the mayor would permit it, we've managed to stay at City Hall every year.
That's good. Give us a quick recap about who Martin Luther King was, why he was so important to our world.
Yeah, that's a really profound question.
Yeah.
King was a pastor, he was a political leader, and he was a spiritual leader as well. He rose above, comes out of the Black community, but really is a very, very significant person even now, because he shows us a way for all people to live together and to get beyond their tribe and to really embrace humanity. I think that's what King's about.
Quite the individual. Black Agenda Noir, Ewart, can you tell us about this organization?
Black Agenda Noir is an organization of about 12 people, just a little over 2 years old. And the significance is that it is composed across 2 official languages, members, and also, for the first time, it brings Somalis and the rest of the Black community together.
Good.
And the fulcrum on which that coming together was the killing of Abdirahman, if you remember. So we are, in effect, a pressure group, mostly for civic affairs. So we interact with City Hall, with the Police Services Board, and with the Ottawa Police Service, among other things.
Okay. So you've been writing about these topics for quite some time because you were with Spectrum newspaper. How many years were you a part of that?
29 years. 29 I was the founder and editor of the Spectrum.
Well, congratulations.
Once a month while I held a full-time job in the public service.
It was busy times for 29 years.
Yes.
Okay. This event that's happening, Daniel, on the 15th, what exactly happens at this event at City Hall?
It's primarily an award ceremony. And so we give out usually one award for people that qualify from the Ottawa community. So people who in their life exemplify the ideals of Martin Luther King. But this year we're awarding 2 people. And I'm going to open my
that's okay.
here.
Who do you have?
Joanne Robinson, who's extremely active in the Black community and beyond, past president of the Jamaican community. She's on the board of Black History Ottawa now, and she's been on the board of many, many organizations. And a fellow who's focused on one organization that he founded, Ken Campbell founded Jacu Combat, and they do amazing work with youth in the Black community.
Okay, so very good role models, good examples to follow, these 2 people that are going to get some awards.
And we give a national award, which this year has been renamed the Jean Augustine DreamKEEPER Life Achievement Award. And we're doing something unusual this year too. Apart from having Ewart as our keynote speaker, this award winner is being awarded posthumously because he's deceased. He was with the 1st Services Special Force in the Second World War. They were commando force, stealth. They worked only at night and slept during the day underground, whatever that means. Through Italy, they went up through Italy before the main landing force, and they were 2 years ago given the Congressional Medal of Honor because it was a force of Canadians and Americans, and the fellow who we're awarding is Lloyd Arthur States.
Okay.
He was the only black man in this group. Because he was Canadian, the Americans wouldn't allow any blacks in their force. So he struggled a lot with helping to integrate Canadian and American forces, and suffered post-traumatic stress after he returned to Nova Scotia, where there was still ghettoized Nova Scotia. We had black ghettos in Canada. They were in Nova Scotia. And he suffered because of that, and his family suffered because of that. But he's a great Canadian war hero from the black community that nobody knows about.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're bringing a new light to these people for sure. Ewart, what is the black community hoping for in the year 2018?
Well, you might know that the year 2017 was a remarkable year in the black community. Ottawa got its first black Justice of the Peace. We have been dealing with a UN group that has been checking on anti-black racism in Canada, and they're to bring out their final report anytime now. An organization, a Federation of Black Canadians, was formed last year, and the people in charge of it are a justice of the Ontario Court and a former Governor General in the person of Michael Jean. And it's the first time we've had anything like that. So hope continues to be a central feature of the black community.
I don't mean to cut you off there. We are out of time, but thank you so much for being here today. And it's all happening the 15th at noon, Ottawa City Hall, DreamKEEPERS Martin Luther King Day celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you so much.